Oh yeah, check it out. I am so excited to be unboxing and testing these budget electric tools from AliExpress to help you decide whether they're worth buying. As a bonus, I've also got two $5 gadgets to show you, one of which I've been using every day for the last 3 months, so stick around to the end. Our first tool is this precision electric screwdriver set, costing me about 25 bucks on AliExpress, a fair bit more expensive than the $3 gadgets I'm used to reviewing. Of course, links to all of the items you see today will be left for you in the description below. So, let's bust into it. Oh, a magnetizer and demagnetizer tool. This is incredibly small. If you'll remember on my little short video here, we actually did a review of a larger version of this. And this is the old one. Look at the size difference between those. Oh, very nice presentation here. And just for the record, this is my old screwdriver set, which we got from AliExpress for $3 in one of our previous videos. This is what we're looking to replace. Now, how do we open this? Do we pop it out? Oh yeah, wait. It's got like a little press button. It pops out a bit, and then I guess you can just pull it out. Cool. Oh man, 2 sides worth of bits there. Very cool. And these are actually magnetically, ready? Boom. That just drops in there, won't fall out. Unlike the previous one, which, as I said, it had these little sort of plastic clips, which are actually prone to snapping off. So this is a much better way of doing it. Very nice. That looks very, very cool. Nice metal finish there. And yep, USB-C charging. Let's give it a go. Whoa. I can feel the power of that already. You can go both ways, forward, reverse. And what does this button do? Oh, check it out. We've got a little flashlight there. How cool is that? Very handy. It may need to charge up for a bit more power, but I'd love to see if it can handle undoing the screws on my Game Boy and also on my G-Shock, because these are the kind of mods and upgrades that I'll be using this tool for. Now, this Game Boy actually uses these obscure little triangular screws, and I hope that amongst these, tens of bits that we've got here, we should have one that can handle it, and I imagine it'll be one of these triangular bits. So let's give this a try. So we'll chuck it in. Magnetic, very cool. And which way would it be? I think it'll be that way. Let's give it a try. Oh, we're slipping, we're slipping. Maybe this next size up, triangle piece here. Oh yeah, for sure. Okay. Oh yeah, check it out. No problem. We just needed the right size bit, guys, so that's a relief. We'll do another one. Got to press down properly. There you go. No slipping there. Awesome. Now let's test it on my G-Shock. No problems at all, guys. That is absolutely wonderful. And I am so happy to have this in my arsenal. Oh, and I've just had another idea. Let's fully take one of these screws out and test this little magnetizer tool's capability. Okay, so if we are to just touch that, as you can see, not magnetic. It's not picking up that little screw. So now let's try and magnetize it. I believe that's how we work it. We just kind of shove that through the magnetizing area for a bit. Okay, let's try. Nah. Nothing. Perhaps we actually have to remove it in order to magnetize it separately. How about now? Nothing. Maybe it needs to be one of the longer heads. So, see what I mean? Now let's try. Dang. Well, this thing's a piece of junk. So, am I happy with this little electronic screwdriver for 25 bucks? The answer is yes. It's got its little backlight, it's got a USB-C port, and it has the power and torque to actually unscrew things from my Game Boy and G-Shock, as you guys saw. So definitely a worthy upgrade over this little $3 kit that I was using in the past. Bubble says to ram that like button. Hey, why are you dressed up as a panda, Bubble? Our second tool is this little Dremel kit, which cost me about 20 bucks. Let's get into it. So here's all our different heads and attachments. We've got saw blades, sanding wheels, and even buffing wheels. Awesome. Oh, our little filing heads. Okay, awesome. And this must be the little Dremel itself. Oh, there it is. Oh, and what do we have here? Is this a little Allen key? Okay, must be for adjusting and removing the different heads for this little Dremel. So really, there's not too much to this thing. There's only one button, go. And that's all there is to it. Okay? Oh, maybe not. There's different speeds. Now guys, for these little polishing wheels, I've actually bought some Polywatch recently, and I would like to buff up some of my scratched Casio lenses. You might be able to tell this one's got a few scratches on the surface there, so I do plan on trying to buff that out with this. Let's try and install one of our heads here. So we'll remove our little Allen key. Tighten it on. Now we're talking. Oh yeah. Let's test it on the case here. My handwriting's not so good, but here we go. There you go. Pretty good if I do say so myself. Now actually, just before we test this thing on metal, there's one other thing I wanted to show you guys, and it's my ultimate Game Boy Advance, which you might remember from the video here where we talked about how to build it. Now, one of the things you guys let me know in the comments is that these USB-C battery pack covers are often sold out on retro modding. So the Dremel is actually a great way to be able to drill and build your own one from a cheap standard Game Boy Advance battery cover. One of the many uses of the Dremel. I do also wish to use this little saw blade attachment as well as some of these sanding wheels to actually cut out some of the internals of my Game Boy Color to make way for an IPS screen upgrade. So make sure you are a subscriber so you don't miss out when that one goes live. Well, here it is guys, my metal ruler. This thing's already pretty messed up. I don't really mind if it gets wrecked. Let's see if this little Dremel can handle cutting through metal. No problems there. Check that out. This thing sure does pack a punch. Our third gadget is this heat gun, which cost me about 10 bucks on AliExpress, although I will admit I had to spend a couple of extra bucks to get this adapter because they sent me the wrong socket type. And this was covered in my Is AliExpress a Scam video, which is a must watch if you've ever used the platform before. So here it is. It's really only got this one single switch on and off. So let's plug this thing into its adapter and give it a test. Man, okay, first of all, with a tool like this cable is pathetically short, okay? So I'm having to get this big, long old adapter to get this thing working. Let's chuck it in. Come on. Oh, don't tell me this adapter's not going to fit. Come on. Yeah. There we go. Okay, let's crack it on. Oh yeah. Oh, gee, that is very, very hot. Let's see if we can shrivel some plastic with it. Oh yeah, look at what that's doing. Absolutely shriveled. All right, that's enough. Yeah, this thing packs a very powerful punch. Can't wait to be using this in the future. Ram that like button because now it's time to take a look at not one but two more electronic gadgets that I can't wait to share with you, and this one I've been using every day. Let's start with this 8.5-inch writing tablet, and this thing cost me just $5 on AliExpress, and I'd really like to know if it actually works. Let's test it. Okay. Oh, gee, look at those colorful splatter patterns on there already. But anyway, let's unlock that and see how this works. So can we press delete? Oh my god, oh my god, that just everything's gone. All right, so now let's use our little pen here. G'day. How cool is that? And we can just reuse it. Boom, all gone. All right, guys, for $5, I am very impressed with this thing. All right, now this thing is what I have been using every day for the last 3 months after spending about $5 on it on AliExpress. Now, you might be able to guess what it is based on these symbols. It's actually a little set of headphones that you wear like a headband. Now, the reason I got this thing is because if you're like me, you might like to watch videos or listen to things while you're lying in bed. And I found that if you're wearing headphones like earpods or anything like that, it can be very uncomfortable when your head is turned on its side in the pillow. So this thing aims to make that a lot comfier on your head by having a speaker on each side of the ears that's really quite flat. So I can attest to the comfort of this when resting on your pillow. The other thing that I really wanted to share with you is that I thought charging it was a pain. That's the one thing I didn't like. Every time that I wanted to charge it, it uses a micro USB, and I sort of had to feed it all the way like right? Pop it down here and and plug it in to charge it with its little micro USB. And then I sort of had this realization, like, man, it would have been such an upgrade, because all of these cables get tangled whenever you sort of move it back. And I thought, man, wouldn't it be such an upgrade if you didn't have to unthread it every time? So I thought, why don't I just take my scissors and cut a hole so I can access it? And then guess what? I found out it already had one the whole time, and for a couple of months I'd just been threading it out each time I needed to charge it. So anyway, I will say that after one night's usage you will need to charge it, but highly recommend this little product for $5. You'll be sleeping easy and listening to your heart's content. Which of these budget electric tools do you believe offered the best value, and will you be picking any of them up from the links provided below? Here's some more great content for you to watch next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next